Hi Taurus, welcome to your September 2017 reading. I hope you all are having a good month thus far. Sorry, this is a little bit late and we missed the full moon, but we can still take a look at what the full moon, had to bring for you all and what's to come for the rest of the month. So let's see what's going to be the reading. So Taurus, September 2017. What messages do we have for Taurus for September 2017? Messages for Taurus. I'm feeling sort of insecure at the moment, or like and I also have a lot of Taurus in my chart. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Sorry. Seven of Wands. So we're not really on stable, shaky ground. Y'all aren't really feeling too solid in your footing, right? Because the Seven of Wands, this guy's footing is very unstable, right? He's trying his best to sort of stay on top of a situation that he's gotten himself into. And he's battling. He's a fierce battler, right? Like, he's definitely like, I'm not going down on this shit. Like, I'm gonna keep my head up. But nonetheless, it's not a comfortable place, especially for an earth sign, and especially for a sign like Taurus, right? Who is very much fixed sign. Very much about like, I am here, I am not moving, right? The bull does not move for anybody. And if you provoke the bull, God help you. So let's see what else is coming up. So that's general energy, Seven of Wands, and that kind of made a lot of sense because, like I said before, I was feeling kind of insecure as I was shuffling. The next row of cards that came out was the Queen of Cups. So whatever is sort of occurring here with the Seven of Wands is really affecting you emotionally, and is really causing you to sort of turn inward emotionally and become a little bit introspective, a little bit withdrawn, a little bit sort of, and I don't really think of, I know a lot of Taurus folks, and I have a lot of Taurus in my chart. I think like after Aquarius is like the next, most populated sign on my chart after Aquarius and Capricorn. So I'm pretty much Earth. But when I don't really think of Taurus as really being too extroverted to begin with, and to be a little bit more like introverted, but not in a way that sort of, sorry, my shirt, I have a rip in my shirt, I just realized that. But more so because home is like where their heart is, right? Like, oh, I just want to be at home and just be a homebody and lay about with my lover and kind of eat food and watch Netflix and hang out and maybe do work from home, right? Like, I love to do work from home. I love to work at home. I love to be kind of in my, and it's not so much because I don't want to go outside. My home is comfortable, right? But I feel that this that this Queen of Cups represents a situation more of kind of like wanting to be introverted because we're wounded, or there's pain, or there's discomfort, right? Like the outside world, right? And even okay, and also y'all just had the solar eclipse in Leo in your 4th house. So there are possibly new changes, new things being brought into your home front, right? Which aren't very comfortable for you. This could also represent feeling like the home front, where I draw my security from, which for a lot of us is our home, right? My home front, which is where I find security and where I find, reprieve from the outside world. I'm not even able to find reprieve at home right now, right? And so I think a lot of you, you know, next to these two cards, we have the Two of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel that a lot of you are weighing your options about, do I move on? Do I find a new home? Do I move? I think some of you are thinking about moving, questioning making a move. Can I get clear? I want to kind of see what else is going on here. Like, what are you all sort of, because there's contemplation that's being had in both of these cards, right? And one card is ready to kind of move it forward. And who got this card? Aries got this card, right? But Aries got this card more so in a sense of energy that's going to continue into sort of October, in my opinion. Y'all are kind of in this like right now. And there's, so one person wants to kind of move forward or is thinking about it, and the other person is really heavily thinking about, but wait, I've invested so much into this home, into this space that I'm already at, into this job, right? There's a situation that, you know, at some point in time might have been very grounding, but is no longer really grounding for you. And it's creating, and it's hitting you emotionally, right? It's hitting you, it's definitely affecting you emotionally. And it's sort of making you reflect and really look at, right, how you're feeling, right? And earth signs, though earth and water tend to be seen as quote unquote compatible via sun sign, right? Or, you know, just those elements are compatible. You know, I don't really, you know, I was raised by earth signs, and so I don't really feel that earth signs can be, you know, can be emotionally connected and can be emotionally available, but that's not their natural go-to. That's not where they go naturally. This is being emotionally connected and being emotionally available and being emotionally intelligent and competent is more of a water sign situation. And maybe a bit of a Leo fire sign, right? More so Leo, right? Being very in touch with the emotions and love and warmth, right? But I definitely feel that this is more comfortable energy for a water sign, right? And so being here may not be the most comfortable for an earth sign, for, you know, a Taurus especially. I've dated Taurus, you know, a few Tauruses before in the past, and not very comfortable with being emotionally connected or really even discussing emotions. And me being a Cancer moon, that is incredibly important to me. And, you know, I would enter into relationship with earth signs thinking they're an earth sign, their sun is a more grounded aspect. Maybe this will be better. Maybe this will be a good, maybe it'll be emotionally compatible, only to find out that maybe it really wasn't. That, you know, as a Cancer moon, I need water, right? I need emotional involvement. But yeah, this is not a very comfortable energy for Tauruses. I don't know what the plural of that would be. But let's continue. Let's see what else is going on for Taurus for the month. Any other messages? Okay, so we have the Three of Cups here. Three of Cups, for me, Three of Cups, you know, is not a card that I can, you know, it can represent friendship, it can represent the coming together, you know, emotion, you know, but for me, the Three of Cards, it's a card that I can't really read by itself on its own, at least me personally. So let's see what else. Okay. Knight of Wands. Ooh. Seven of Swords. Anything else for Taurus for September 2017? Okay. And can I clarify this Three of Cups, please? I still feel like it wants to be clarified. Can I clarify this Three of Cups? Why is this Three of Cups here? Okay. Queen of Wands. And on the bottom we have the Five of Wands. So there is some conflict, there is some struggle going on, and I do believe that it's involving some more people. I do see people here. So we have this Queen of Wands here that's clarifying this Three of Cups. And so I definitely feel that there is a friendship, there is a connection between you and a fire sign, an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background, but it's like country night at the park across from where I'm staying at the moment. You know, I do feel that there's a romantic sort of interest here with this person, but with the Three of Cups here, it's also kind of signaling to me that it's a situation that's sort of been friend zoned or is remaining in the friend zone, that it's been really difficult. It's been difficult to move beyond this with this person. And that's something that you want, but it's not necessarily, I don't feel, what they want. So there is a very passionate friendship, right? This Three of Cups is surrounded by wands, right? Even up top here. So like there's a lot of passion surrounding this friendship, but I also feel that there's a lot of sort of tension, or, you know, there's a battle of wills. There's a battle, like you two sort of aren't really meeting eye to eye about what you both want. And, you know, being a Taurus, you're being very persistent about, right? Like you're being persistent about continuing to pursue whatever it is that you are, you know, whatever it is that you want with this person. But I feel like it's been stationed at the friend zone for some time now. And it's a beautiful friendship. It's a great friendship. And, you know, and you know, another thing that I've been hearing a lot lately regarding, you know, soulmates and twin flames, and, you know, I don't know what my personal belief is. Well, I do know my personal belief regarding twin flames. I believe that, you know, is there one, you know, do we have twin flames? I'm not completely sure of that. I'm still doing my own research into that, and I'm still doing my own, you know, I've had my own experiences, but I do believe that we have soulmates of the highest order. I do believe that we have soulmates that we are really, really supposed to engage with and in this lifetime and interact with in this lifetime to learn some really serious lessons. And those are soulmates of the highest, like, degree. Like, right, like they're the most uncomfortable, most intense, most passionate relationships, right? And when we feel that way, when we feel those ways about a certain person, we then become attached to this idea that it needs to be a romantic or emotional connection. And I've heard a lot of, you know, people that I follow on YouTube that have been talking about this lately, that, you know, maybe we need to start moving away from our attachment to the idea that it needs to be romantic, right? Or maybe we need to start sort of moving away from the belief that because I feel this way about this person, and therefore we need to be in a romantic relationship, when really the friendship is where the work needs to happen. And this is only going to apply to a few of you, I feel. I don't feel like this is really going to apply to everybody, but I feel like a lot of you are dealing with somebody who really shakes you up, who really, you know, kind of is throwing you off your game a little bit. and there's a lot that you've invested in, right? And you think about, do I just move on from this person? Do I just say like, I've tried, I don't know what else to do. Do I just move on, right? But you know that if you were to move on, you'd be cheating yourself, right? Like you almost know that if you were to kind of pick up and leave, that like you still wouldn't be happy because you'd just be picking up and leaving, but you'd be carrying your thoughts and your feelings and your ruminations with you wherever you go, right? So it doesn't really matter, like, if you choose to move forward and leave, regardless of all that you've kind of invested in, you're still going to be miserable either way, right? You're still going to be cheating yourself. So yeah, I feel that this is only going to apply to a few of you. What I just said, I mentioned about, you know, being in friendships with people who we feel so strongly for and we're in love with them, we feel so deeply towards them. And we're passionate, right? The friendship is a passionate friendship. It's creative, it's filled with ideas, it's filled with creativity and art, and there's just, you know, maybe there's travel involved, maybe y'all have been traveling together or, you know, have talked about it. You know, there's a lot of expansion and growth. There's a lot of fieriness and passion that's happening in this friendship with this queen, right? With whoever this queen represents. And in that, there is this sort of assumption or belief that it needs to become a romantic sort of thing. But it doesn't always have to be romantic, right? Can I get more clarity on this situation here with this Three of Cups? Can I get more clarity on this situation with the Three of Cups, please? I have to talk nicely to my cards. Yeah. What did this is Two of Cups. I don't control these cards. You know, they come out as they want to. So there is this strong desire to wanna go here, to wanna be here with this person, right? And for some of you, you know, I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't need to be this, right? And what needs to be let go of is the idea that it needs to be this, right? And also, if this person isn't verbally going here with you, then you're kind of selling yourself short. Then you're allowing yourself to be deserving, right, of that kind of shorthandedness that you're receiving on the other end, right? And yeah, that situation's tough because I've been there before. You know, I've been there before. And it's tough because you know, like, oh, I know this could be so awesome and we could have such an awesome fucking relationship. But, you know, that's just what you believe to be true, what would be true, right? It's not actually what would manifest, right, if the relationship were to happen, right? We don't know what would actually happen if these two energies were to, you know, come together. We don't know. We don't know what would happen. But it's really explore the friendship, the healing, right? Because for me, the Two of Cups is also about healing, right? Between two people. It can definitely be romantic and it can represent a relationship. But for me, it also represents healing. This is Archangel Raphael, sorry. There's Archangel Raphael here. And then this is the international symbol for medicine. I don't know the name of it. I'm sorry. If you know the name of it and you want to comment and correct me below, feel free to. So this is, and Archangel Raphael is the archangel, the overseer of healers, of people in healing professions. Overseer is probably not a good word to use. Let's find a different word. It's the patron angel, or the I can't think of the term right now. but is the archangel of healing. All healers, Archangel Raphael is the healer of the archangels. So there's healing energy happening between these two people, right? And this person is reaching out, right? Like this person, this energy here is definitely reaching out. So there is a desire to be in this bond, in this healing energy together with one another. And it doesn't have to just be romantic, right? This friendship very well could be an incredibly healing relationship that doesn't have to be romantic between you and this other person, between you and this queen, right? So, also keep in mind that we don't have to receive our healing from, our romantic or intimate bonds, and that most of the time the healing has to be done in whatever way it needs to be done before we can actually meet that soulmate, that twin flame, that life partner that we're supposed to, that we need to be with to do whatever work that it is that we need to do. But I definitely feel that a lot of you are like, I've invested a lot into this person. I've invested so much into this person. I've invested so much into this situation. I feel like this reading definitely shifted. The reading, and still for those of you who really, resonated with the first part of the reading where I was talking about feeling unstable at home, don't feel left out. The reading just shifted for whatever, that's just what the cards do. They go wherever they need to go. 1 second, my battery is going to die. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Where were we? So, yeah. 7 of Pentacles. I've invested a lot of time into this person, I want clarification on the 7 of Swords. Because then I see it going into a very different direction over here. So I just want to figure out what's going on here. Is it just kind of just a state of mind of what you want to do, or is it what some of you are actually doing? So can I get clarification for the 7 of Swords, please? Can I get clarification for the 7 of Swords? Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of you are just like, I just want to go off and do my own thing, and I have things I need to focus on, and I have things I need to work on. And I think that there's definitely, a turning towards, doing your own work, getting your own work done. We're in Virgo season, so it's very much about work. And sort of being meticulous, right? This 8 of Pentacles guy is incredibly meticulous with his work. And also, taking the lessons, right? Taking whatever you've had to learn in the last couple of weeks, right? Because I feel like it's been kind of shaky ground for a lot of you, that you've been hit hard in your 4th house with the solar eclipse, and now we're going to have, I think Virgo is in your 5th house, which would also mean that Mercury and Mars are both teaming up in your 5th house. So, there's a little bit more scrutiny regarding the ways in which you kind of are having fun. And yes, going out and sort of doing your thing, right? Doing your thing, but still being very, very mindful, right? And I see that kind of happening here. I see that your 5th house activity, right? Romance, fun, playfulness, wanting to kind of go out and with Mars being there and Mercury being there, wanting to kind of go out and do your thing and communicate with people and, maybe be a little bit more expressive, and still, but still feeling like, there is this piece of you that needs to be very discerning and cautious, right? And we have this Four of Swords here. So I see a lot of you taking a break from whatever the situation is with this person. So I definitely feel that a lot of you aren't going to, maybe might cut off the lines of communication, right? And instead of doing it in a way that's kind of hasty like this, maybe doing it more so in a way that's, presented as self-care, or is presented as like, I just need time for myself so that I can kind of just do what I have to do, right? And do that. I think that that would be a great thing for you all to do. I think the rest would be better, right? Because when we're resting here, we're not necessarily running from the person or from the situation. We're just deciding to take a break, right? So that we can, come back refreshed and feeling rejuvenated, right? But still also having learned some lessons about, what am I willing to give to this person, to this situation? What am I willing to sort of, put forth? There are parts of me that I still need to hold on to, right? And Taurus, y'all are ruled by the second house, right? Second house and Venus, all about self-worth, all about, how do you possess yourself? How do you value yourself? How do you, what is it about, how do you allow your resources to create value and to create income for yourself? And so definitely getting more in touch with feeling a bit grounded, right? And normally this Four of Pentacles, this is an energy that I kind of, want to shy away from. But I think coming from here, right, that maybe this is not such a bad energy for you all to be in right now. Maybe having just come from here and also dealing with this situation here and dealing with the ups and downs that's, the solar eclipse and the soulmate, right, this person has kind of brought in for you, that you get to be here right now. You get to be in the Four of Pentacles. I ain't doing shit for nobody, kind of, I'm looking out for myself. I'm holding on to, I am self-preserving to the max right now. And I think that will be really great for a lot of you. So let's get an outcome card for Taurus for the month of September. Can I get an outcome for Taurus for September 2017? Outcome for Taurus for September 2017. It is heard to be determined. So maybe maybe a card doesn't want to come out. Outcome for Taurus for 2017. Sorry for all the shuffling. Yeah, we have here the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords. So, I see a lot of you, especially when we're getting into the new moon in Virgo, I see a lot of you having some fresh beginnings, some fresh new starts, some new ways of thinking about things, especially regarding, right, especially this corner here with this person. But I see you all sort of having some new revelations about some things. And I see this, I feel this coming in more so towards the new moon in Virgo. So that is your reading, Taurus. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can email me at tattoosandtarot@gmail.com, or you can go to my website, which is tattoosandtarot.com, and go to the reading section. I'm getting my website redone at the moment, so it's probably just easiest to email me. And also, if you have emailed me or purchased a reading on my website via PayPal, please email me to follow up so that we can schedule an actual reading, because the way that PayPal works is that I cannot contact you. You have to contact me. So even if you bought the reading, I have no idea what your question is. I don't know. I don't have an email address for you. There's no time or date for us to meet to do anything. So just, don't forget to send me an email if you've already purchased a reading with me. And yeah, it'd just be best to email me for readings until my website gets kind of ironed out. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. They're general readings. They may not apply to everybody. And I will see you all in October. All right, bye, Taurus.